Hi, everyone. Welcome to our Tuesday night training. I'm Suzanne Robinson. I'm so happy that you're here. We're going to jump right into it so that we keep it to the 30 minutes. The first Tuesday of every month, we have recognition. So we're going to go over the gemstone ranks. I can't see.
Sorry, guys.
I'll be a slacker. No, I'm joking.
All right, we're right. Okay, hang on. Okay, all you.
There we go. So we're going to shout out real quick our sapphires, which is your own customer volume of between 2,000 and 3,999. This gives you 15% personal sales bonus plus an additional 10% customer sales profit. So congratulations, Fernandra, Barbara, Sylvia, Katarina, Crystal, Miranda, Kenda, Holly, Jennifer, Lisa, Deborah, Trisha, and Aaron. Congratulations. Great job. And then we're going to move on to our diamond, which is 4,000 in sales volume or more, which gives us a 20% personal sales bonus with the 10% customer sales profit. So we have Christy, Sherry, Suzanne, Donna, Belkis, Angie, Andala, Jane, Kristen, Gina, Chrissy, Senya, Dana, sorry, and Melanie. Congratulations, Diamonds. And then we want to recognize and give a big shout out to our brand new consultants two, which is 500 in group sales volume. So this is different from your personal sales volume. This is your team underneath you. So congratulations, Karen, Kim, Doc, Nikki, Alexandra, Janelle, and Jay. Congratulations, so good. And then our little sweet spot with our senior consultant one, which is 2,000 in group sales. Congratulations, Tracy Lopez. And then lastly, a brand new senior consultant two, which is 3,500 in group sales. Congratulations, Deborah Kaldunsky.
Yay.
And now I'm going to throw it over to Sherry Martin for our training. This is all about the power of duplication.
Yay. Hey, everyone. Yay. Welcome to our every single week training, 7:30. So thank you guys for popping on. I just wanted to real quick before I go into training, just to remind all of us here on the phone, the leaders do not really get the gemstone rank advancements till after the month ends. So I want to remind everyone, it's our job as a consultant to send it to our upline, so whoever enrolled you, if you hit a gemstone rank, please prepare your any shout outs and send them to your upline, because we don't know and we want to make sure we don't miss anyone. You can find these on your dashboard of your team vitality. So you can go there, recognition templates are there. So I just wanted to let everyone know, if we forgot anyone, you can throw them in the chat and we will definitely give them a shout out. So we're going to go right into the training. We have a special guest tonight. Karen is just going to share an example of how the power of duplication works. So this is our circle of success system. We're going to actually have this slide every single week prior to our training, just to remind everyone, we have a very simple system, right? We're not going to say it's easy, because if it was easy, we'd have everyone here presidential, right? So the power of duplication is massive, because I know for me, my background is mortgages. So when I got out of the military, I went straight into mortgages, and I was tired, you guys. I was working, 50 hours a week, trying to keep up with the Joneses. And if I didn't close a loan, I didn't get paid. I did not understand the power of leverage until I got trained on this, which is why we are doing the skill sets for everyone here. So I want you to think about it like this. You are one person, right? You can work your business 4 hours a week, let's say, right? And you're doing all the work. You're probably going to be diamond pretty quickly, right? If you're working 4 hours a week, you're going to be gathering customers, which is great. Our goal when you first enroll is to work your way up on the gemstone. So you want to get to diamond so that you can maximize the compensation plan on your residual income. But imagine this. Imagine if I, in the mortgage business, right, had 5 of me, how much time freedom I would have. That is why this industry of network marketing is, in my opinion, one of the best vehicles to create the income that we never really thought we could by everybody doing just a little bit. So take the 4 hours that you're working and grab 4 other people. Go find 4 people that just want to maybe get product for free, right? That's how we kind of get them started. And then they realize our culture, the community, how much fun it is to be a part of people's transformations. And then they'll probably end up doing more, which is a lot of us here on the call. But think about just everybody doing a little bit. That is going to be the magic of this industry. Um, so, I love this slide. It's basically how to sustain our business. So we did it in like 4 steps. So save time and effort. Again, mortgage business, working 60 hours a week, having to do everything by myself. Well, the beauty of our team at LifeVantage is we want to save you time and effort because we've already created the systems. If corporate hasn't, we've created them for you. So it's going to save you guys a lot of time. This truly can be 30 minutes a day. If you only have 30 minutes a day, you can do this business if you do the right activities. Build a strong team, a stronger team than you had. Number 2, duplicating the system that I'm going to share with you is going to help you build a stronger team, because I promise you, if I didn't, duplicate what I was doing, Suzanne wouldn't know how to do the business. Karen wouldn't know how to do the business. And I'd probably be very lonely as an executive at the top if I didn't have a team helping me. The third thing is creating culture of success, right? Duplicating our system is a plug and go so that you can create a culture in your area of where you live, which is exactly what we've done here in South Florida. Even though like Lindy and Suzanne are an hour or so south of me, we still meet, but I have my community of girls up here in Martin County. So creating a culture is going to, duplicating the system, you will get a culture of successful people way sooner than you would if you were just trying to find customers, right? And then number 4 is building a sustainable business. You want to duplicate this so that you can one day, create income while you're sleeping. I know for many years, I've been with LifeVantage for 8 years, and there was a lot of nights I would be up just trying to figure out how to be better, right? How I can get in front of more people. And over the last 8 years, we've done a really good job in creating a duplicatable system. So what does that look like when you create a duplicatable system, right? Everyone's asking, we have different teams. Some are even on this call tonight. And a lot of us leaders, we will see what's working, right? And then if it's working, we'll implement it. We do this so that you, as whether you're brand new or you've been with us for a while, you can get out there and share these products, right? And work the business so that you can create a team for yourself. So use the tech of the system, right? I'm sorry, use and teach the system. This is a skill set. I tell everyone, I didn't wake up 8 years ago and decided I want to become a network marketer. I'm not an influencer. I just knew that we have 24 hours in the day. And if somebody else on our team that is not an influencer, we're going to put those influencers, which we love, right? I wish I could get one of those, but let's put them on the shelf. Most of us are not influencers, and we're going to attract an influencer. So I want you guys to understand that the system that we put in place, if you teach this to your team, They don't know any different, right? They only know what we teach them, and they're going to follow us. It's just the way that it is. It's kind of like, what is that? The Simon Says game, right? Simon says do this, and then you do it. Leading by example. I know for me, when I started LifeVantage, I wanted to learn about mindset. I wanted to motivate people. I wanted to, put them on my back and carry them across the finish line. And I have to tell you, what I've learned is we cannot motivate, we cannot encourage, we can't threaten, we can't make someone feel bad, but you know what you can do? You can inspire them. You can inspire them to want to do more. They want to do the business so that they can see the outcome, right? Whatever the outcome is. So don't try to change anyone. Don't try to be someone you're not. Just lead by example and demonstrate what we're telling you. And eventually you will attract your people. Celebrate the success. I'm guilty. I need to do more of this. But I also know people love to be recognized, right? When they do something good. I mean, think about your children. Don't you reward them when they do something good, as small as you ate all of your dinner? You had a great day today. I mean, I wish somebody would call me and say, hey, you had a great day today. That's awesome, Sherry. You freaking rock. That doesn't happen on a daily basis, but doesn't it feel good? So we want to make sure that we celebrate the success, acknowledge the achievements. Maybe you're brand new, right? And you got your first customer. We need to do a better job as leaders to give you a shout out in team vitality, because we want people to know that you're new and you're working and you are seeing the benefits of sharing the products, sharing the opportunity, and sticking to our system. Um, so the the other thing is being consistent. You guys know I say this all the time. I'm a slow burn, right? But one thing I can share with you is I never stopped working this business. Not all day long, but every day. If I'm not following up with someone, I'm reaching out to someone for the first time. I'm posting on social media. If I'm at the store, you better believe if I make contact with some eye contact, I'm going to find something about them to compliment them in a genuine way, obviously, right? If they don't make eye contact with me, I'm definitely not going to be weird and like tap them on the shoulder and, try to tell them something. But if I strike up a conversation, I'm going to say to them, hey, I really enjoyed talking with you today. I have something that I think you would be absolutely interested in. And it's a business I'm doing. I could say anything to that effect. But what I love to tell people when I meet them now is, especially if I get them talking, God, I would love to show you a way, instead of adding nutrients like supplements and vitamins that you're doing every day, I want to show you how to activate your own defense mechanism to make those antioxidants. I promise you, if you say that to someone, they're going to be like, ooh, God, that sounds pretty interesting. Our whole goal is to get the phone number. And then you build the relationship from there. Every day I share LifeVantage. I talk about LifeVantage more than I don't. And I don't do it in a weird way. I just do it in a way that's authentic to me. I'm listening to people. Being consistent, probably, in my opinion, it's up there with mindset. If you are not consistent in this business, you're going to be like this, and it's no network marketing. You're going to be someone that probably doesn't have anything good to say about network marketing. Consistency, in my opinion, is the key to this business. The faster you want to build, you got to be really consistent and not just 30 minutes a day, right? If you want to come out of the gate crazy, you probably need to spend an hour a day or 2 hours a day, right? Just reaching out to people. Streamline the communication with your team for simplicity. Use your third party. Don't, even if you know it all, if the person you're talking to has to think they have to do what you're doing and you're not bringing your third party in, you're not hosting in-person events, you're not doing all the things that's a part of our system, and they don't see that they can do it, they're probably not going to do it. So, it's very important that when we when we talk about duplication and creating a duplicating system, that we want to get the message across that it's easy,
Right. I
right?
know, I learned.
I don't know if you can mute. I don't know if I have access to mute everyone, but if you guys can just mute your
No,
phone.
I just muted. I
Okay,
just
thanks, girl.
muted. Yeah, it was
Because
somebody
I'm
up
like a
there.
squirrel. I'll just forget what I'm saying.
Yeah, me too. I hear you, girl. I'm watching out. I
Thanks.
have to mute them when they pop on, but I
Okay,
got you.
awesome. All right, thank you, thank you. Okay, so what happens when there's complication and confusion? I promise you this, nothing. I know if I'm trying to learn this right here, TikTok, I've been trying to figure out how to do certain things, and I just thought to myself, it is so confusing to me. And you know what I do? That's what I do. I don't do it. So we don't want this to be complicated. It doesn't have to be complicated. So I don't know what I'm saying. Okay, so we're gonna keep it super simple. All right. I'm gonna bring Karen on here in just a second after this slide. But I'm bringing Karen on because Karen is one of our newest consultants. She's been with us a few months. I'm gonna have her share a couple of things. I'm gonna ask her a few questions so that she can explain a little bit about how this system, this duplicating this system, how it worked for her, but sticking to the system, right? Keeping this super simple. People don't care about, superoxide dismutase. They don't care about nutrigenomics. I promise you, they don't even know what the heck those words are. So don't try to be the scientist, right? Show them that they can do this by sharing the tools with them, right? As soon as I meet someone, and they ask me what I do, I say the same thing for the most part to everyone. And then the next question I say to them is, hey, I'd love to send you a little information, or would you be open to hearing a little more? Or can I add you to our private Facebook group? One of those three things I'm doing before this person leaves my side. I promise you that. And then remember, they're watching everything we do, everything. If you are brand new, you're probably looking at this training going, gosh, is this the way it is every week? Is this what I'm going to get? It is. It's 30 minutes. We want to add value. We want to share stories, and we want this to be a tool for you to get confidence so that you can go out there and share the power of activation, right? The first tool you share with someone matters. If I met someone and I sent them pages of information, they're probably not going to watch it. They're busy, right? And until they realize what we have our hands on, you probably have less than 5 minutes. So if you share a video, share a short video and voice message them, right? How you follow up with them matters. I always like to say, hey, what did you like best about that video I sent you? Or if you could change anything about your health, what would that be? Or can you remember the last time that you sprung out of that bed excited to face the day and were able to do all the things that maybe you were doing in your 20s? Can you remember that time? How would you like to go back to that, right? Would you like to turn back the clock, right? And then what you serve in your in-home presentations, you guys, this is hilarious. When I started, I spent hours cleaning. I spent so much money on food and alcohol. We're in a wellness business, right? And here I have all this alcohol and all this food, and people come, and you know what? What I had to say, it didn't matter. People were talking, eating, drinking, and nobody wanted to have a house party because they're like, I don't want to do that. So remember, if your house is not very clean, I mean, obviously clean your bathrooms, but if the toys are all around, let's just, you know what I'm saying, right? I mean, obviously you want a clean bathroom, anywhere that people are going to go in your house, I would probably get that somewhat clean. But for the most part, people are doing this in the nooks and crannies of their day. So if somebody has to spend 2 hours preparing for a 45-minute, hour event at their house, they're probably never going to do it again. Well, that's funny. It says don't clean your house. Don't clean your house. Clean your toilets though, for sure. And then repeat it, right? Use your third party. So I'm going to bring Karen. Is Karen on?
Sure.
Where's my girl?
I'm here.
Hey, girl. Okay,
I'm in the car.
Karen.
Sorry.
So I want to spend the last part of this. Karen, don't go anywhere. I forgot about this. This is our daily method of operation. You guys, this is in our Team Vitality. You can locate this. This is a really good breakdown of what you can do every day when you're brand new, right? I am a big believer in personal development because I know for me, if I do not fill my head in the morning before I leave my house or speak to anybody in my family, if I do not set myself up for success by listening to someone, devotional, whatever it is, praying, whatever you do, if you don't give gratitude and thanks and fill your mind with positive things, you're setting yourself up for failure. Because the first thing that comes your way sideways, you're pissed. You're aggravated, you've got road rage, your kids upset you, your spouse is in the doghouse. But if you did personal development, it's going to help you in the way that you react to people around you with your rejections. It's going to help you with just overcoming a lot of things in your everyday life. Forget about this business. I will never go a day without doing personal development. But go ahead and look at your form back there. And the last thing before I bring Karen on is action items, right? Resources. I'm going to leave this up for you guys, but print out and follow that daily method of operations. If you are brand new or if your business is not where you want it to be, go back to that DMO and figure out where the pieces are missing. What are you not doing in your business, right? And then make sure your consultants and your teams are doing the same thing. It's our job when they partner with us to coach them, right? Give them the tools, help them see that they can do this business too. When we enroll people, consultants, it's not for us to be like, look at me, I'm an executive and all of this. It's like, hey, where do you want to go with your business? Because I want to help you get there, right? So keep it short and simple. I wanted to get through that so I could stop sharing so I can see Karen. Okay, so, okay, perfect. Karen, I would love for you to take, we have like 6 minutes. So we're going to kind of talk this through for everyone. So you've been with LifeVantage for how long, Karen?
Well, I've been taking the product since last May, but I became a consultant. I think it was the beginning of December.
Okay. And will you share with everyone how remember, it's the power of duplication. So what I want people to know is how Suzanne shared LifeVantage with you and how she shared the tools, what happened with that. And then I'm going to ask you the next question. So just kind of share that part. How you
Okay.
found out about it, what did she do?
Well, I met Suzanne at the gym, and I think the first time I heard about LifeVantage was she had a table set up at the gym with the products, and she was talking about them. So she gave me, I think she sent me the website. She sent me
Okay.
some information. Then we talked about it when we saw each other again, and I ended up ordering.
Okay.
Then she invited me to Lisa's skincare party. That was
Okay.
my first thing I went to. And then I went to the one at her house where I met you.
Okay.
I'm not sure if you were at that skin party the first time or not.
Yes.
Yeah, I went to her house where you guys were all there. And you guys were saying, you should be a consultant. I'm like, I don't know. But then I came back for, where did I go? Something else I went to. And I
Okay.
just saw the camaraderie with you guys. And I was like, yeah, that's the place for me. That's a good place.
So
And
you
that's
went to
how it all
three.
started.
You went to 3 different mini events, correct? Before
Correct.
you, okay. And how did it make you feel when she was sharing it with you and when you partnered with us, right? Because you've never done this before.
Nothing like it ever. I worked for the county for 31 years. So no, nothing like it.
Right. And how did you feel when you became a consultant?
Well, I was a bit nervous, but not that nervous because I knew Suzanne and Sherry had my back. So
Right. And so
not too bad.
when you became a consultant, what did you do first? You
Mm.
remember?
No, I'm thinking.
You had a
I think
skincare party.
I had a skincare party. I have actually had 3 skincare parties, January, February, and March. I've had 3.
Right.
And that's
And
helped
how
me
were
acquire.
those?
They
How
were
was it?
great. The first one was you and Suzanne were there. That was
Mhm.
great. I had 4 people that showed up and got a couple customers out of that. The second one, I got a customer and a consultant out of it. And the third one, I think I got 2 more customers. So
Great.
it helps.
Mhm.
And Suzanne was the rock star of the one in February and the one in March. So she took
She
over
didn't
for you,
even need
Carrie.
me. I'm like the mama bird, and I'm like, she's out of my nest. So
You trained her well.
and so I'm gonna have Suzanne come in for the final words, but you guys, this is not rocket science, right? You don't have to have a PH. You have to have a heart, and you have to open your mouth, because if your mouth isn't open, your business is closed. And you can build this business any way you want. I'm not a gym person. I build it at networking events. If you are a single stay-at-home mom, find groups, figure it out. But guess what? Never, ever, ever changes. Our system. Our system. Suzanne, I'm going to throw it to you for any final words before we wrap up. You got 2 minutes, girl.
And I just have to let all of you know, especially the new consultants, you're not alone. You
Mhm.
don't have to do this alone. This is not like a job that you go and you get hired and it's all you. We're here to help you. We're here to give you the tools. We have multiple tools, the skincare parties, the wellness events. We're filled with ideas. So you just have to figure out what works for you and do it. I mean, I had no idea what I was doing when I started this, and I've grown tremendously. Karen had no idea what she was doing. She's grown tremendously. She's found her way, but she's on the calls. She's going to global. She's investing and listening to Eric Worre. She's doing all the do's and learning the skills. And if you can give a little bit of time and effort into that, you will be amazed at how it will build your belief. It will build just your confidence, so that when you go out there and you talk to people, they feel that confidence and they want to listen to what you have to hear. So the last thing I wanted to say, Lindy put the direct method of operation in the
Mhm.
chat. So you
Yeah.
can download that if you need to. I always like to have something to look at and check mark, but that is there for you. What do you
Awesome.
do at skincare parties? We set up a table. We display our products. We try not to have it too cluttered. And I can actually put a video in our chat, but we display the products. We always have a sign-in sheet, and we'll say that we're doing a drawing. So people will give their name, their phone number, and what they're interested in. So we know when we go to reach out to them and we want to give them a tool, we know if they were interested in the skincare or they were interested in the hair care. That's what we do when we have a table. But the skincare parties, we actually go through the 4-way system. And while they are actually washing their face with the wash, they're feeling it, they're smelling it, and they're feeling the product work, because it works right away. So we're discussing the products, the different products, the NRF2, the collagen, the Axio in between while they're doing the skincare. So they're staying engaged because they're actually doing something. Plus they're intrigued with what we're talking about. And we're not doing a fancy presentation. We're just talking, and we're talking to people about what they want to improve with their health and their skin. And then we just talk and people let it out. And when they share with you, then you can be their problem solver.
Right. We're the hope dealers, right, Suzanne? We're hope dealers. We share a lot of stories too, but I want to make sure we end on time. I really appreciate you, Karen. Karen's going to global. Like, she just made the decision. So yay, so excited.
Yay,
All right,
thank you, Carrie.
guys. Thank you. Happy Tuesday evening. Have a wonderful rest of your evening. And that is officially a wrap.
See you
Great
next
job,
week.
you guys. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye.